Hey guys, today we are going to do something that I call rhythm Mad Lib or music Mad Libs. If you've done Mad Libs in theater before, you'll kind of know what we're going to be doing. It's got its own twist to it, and hopefully you can enjoy it and stuff and things. Okay, so we're going to do some review first about music notes because it's been a hot minute. Up top, we're in 4/4 time for all of this stuff, so 4 beats per measure with quarter notes. There are 4 of them in a measure because they get 1 beat apiece. And if we wanted to count these, and we do, we're going to just put the number of the beat that they land on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Easy, right? Okay, so for eighth notes, I've only got 1 measure of eighth notes here. We do the same thing. We just do the beat that they start on. 1, 2, 3, 4. And since there are going to be 2 sounds per beat, we have to put something for the second eighth note, and that is and I do the fancy little and symbol here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I did a weird little box for that one. Weird. I don't know why. And then we've got our 16th notes. For 16th notes, we've got 4 sounds per beat, and we do the same thing that we already did. We start with the number that the 16th notes start on, 1, 2, 3, 4, except, and this is going to get really messy, we have to do 1 E and 2E and 3E and 4E and I have the best handwriting in the universe. Okay, for our quarter rest, we are going to do the exact same thing that we already did. We are going to 1, 2, 3, 4, but for these rests we are silent in them, so we are going to circle them, and that just tells us think them in your tiny little dinosaur brains. I mean, your giant, freakish dinosaur brains. But don't say them out loud. So if I was going to count this out loud, I wouldn't. You can go if you need something physical to do to feel that space. For half notes, these are the trickiest ones for me. This one starts on beat 1, and it gets 2 beats. So it actually goes through beat 2. So if you look up, you can see that this one is going to start on beat 3. 2 still exists, we just don't say it out loud because there's not a note that happens starting on beat 2. So we would go 1, 3. Yeah, cool. This is review. Hopefully, I'm sure you haven't forgotten it. And we'll kind of need this stuff for what we're doing. So what I want to talk about now is syllables. Words have syllables, and it's how many sounds a word has. So chicken has 2 syllables, chicken. What's a 1-syllable word? Hat. 1 sound, right? Watermelon. 4 syllables, 4 sounds. So what I want you to do right now, and I've already had my kiddo do this for me, is I want you to think of some words, and you're going to need to write these down. I have all of my symbols written down here. And for a quarter note has 1 sound. So I want you to think of a 1-syllable word and write it down. Are you doing it? You should. Write it down. And then I want you to think of a 2-syllable word. And then for a quarter rest, we're not going to say anything out loud. What I want you to do is to come up with an action, something you can do quickly to fill that space in. You can make a silly face. You could dab. You could flap your arms like a bird, whatever you want to do. Just don't make it too long because you've only got 1 beat to do it. 16th notes, that's going to be a 4-syllable word. Those are tricky. So you can come up with 2 words if you need to, 2-syllable words, whatever you want to do. And for a half note, just another 1-sound word, except you're going to hold it out for 2 beats. So if your word is hat, you're going to be going hat. Okay? I told my kid to do this, and I did not tell him why he was doing this. He just came up with answers. So he's got these written down. For his quarter note, his 1-syllable word, he came up with nap. I guess he was tired. I don't know. For eighth notes, he came up with answer because that answered. I have great handwriting, by the way. It answered my question. For quarter rest, he ran. So he just was like running, like he's running. I don't know. He did it. For 16th notes, he said pterodactyl. Now, I don't know how to spell pterodactyl, and I was going to Google it before this, but I forgot. So I just wrote that, and I bet it's wrong. Sorry. And for the half note, He said hat, so we're going to be going hat. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take these and we're going to plug them into a couple of, where did I put my, oh, there it is. A couple of rhythm measures that I've made. So I have 2 of them. So if we wanted to plug these in, ooh, what would I say for my quarter note? Now, if I was going to count this, I would go 1, 2, and 3, E, and then there's a quarter rest, so I'd rest on B4. That's great, but it's also boring. So we're going to say nap, answer, pterodactyl. That actually kind of works because we're running away from the pterodactyl. How about it? So we would plug that in and we would go nap, answer, pterodactyl. Like we're running away. You probably shouldn't make that silly sound with your mouth, but I literally couldn't help it. It is what it is. And for this bottom one, we would have answer, answer, hat, instead of 1 and 2 and 3. So feel free to come up with your own. You can use these measures that I've already done and plug your answer choices, your answer thingies, your words in and see what kind of silly nonsense that you have. Or you can make up your own measures. And you can ask a family member to come up with stuff. They won't know what you're doing. And it might sound ridiculous and awesome. Hope you're doing well. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Make sure you smash that like button, guys. It is not important, but I like saying it. And I'll see you later. Bye.